Welcome to another unexplained mystery, presented by yours truly, Big D. Today, I present you with a question. Do you believe in the existence of aliens? And more intriguingly, do you think they've already made contact with us? One thing's for certain. Sightings of mysterious aerial crafts and inexplicable lights have been around for decades at this point, and there are dozens of cases out there. But let's zoom in on one of the most compelling cases, the Rendlesham Forest Incident. Nestled in the dense, shadowy woods of Suffolk, England is Rendlesham Forest, spanning approximately 1,500 hectares. It sits between two former Cold War military bastions, RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge. Commonly referred to as the twin bases, they were once critical during World War II and later during the tense years of the Cold War. The United States Air Force's 81st Tactical Fighter Wing operated from these bases from 1958 until 1993, with soldiers constantly patrolling the area. Keep that military presence in mind. It sets the stage for what was about to unfold. It was late December 1980, a time when the Cold War was drawing to an uneasy close. Things seemed routine at the twin bases, yet something inexplicably strange was occurring right under their watchful eyes. Something concerningly out of the ordinary. Lights, bright, unearthly lights, flickered and shimmered within Rendlesham Forest. The soldiers looked on, puzzled and alarmed, as no military operations or aircraft were scheduled or authorized in that remote woodland. And then they saw it, something vast and luminous in the sky. An unidentified craft, shimmering with an almost hypnotic glow, moving silently through the night sky. Its origin and purpose were unknown, but it was undeniably there. Two USAF patrolmen, John Burroughs and Jim Penniston, were the first to witness the ominous craft emit beams of light that gradually descended into the forest. Something was terribly wrong. Without hesitation, the patrol moved forward, led by Lieutenant Colonel Charles the Firster Halt. As they ventured deeper into the woods, they saw the strange lights weaving and poking through the trees. They never managed to catch a glimpse of the craft itself, only its eerie, pulsating glow. That night, the encounter put them on high alert and on extreme edge. They reluctantly retreated, returning to the safety of the bases. But this was only the beginning of their worries. The following night, those dreadful lights appeared yet again. The same ominous vessel descended again, this time dangerously close to the ground. It was a small, structured object, softly glowing with an almost hypnotic radiance. Its shape was elusive, but what chilled the bones of those witnessing it was how the craft seemed to respond to their presence, pulsing with an unnatural rhythm, scanning them with an almost sentient awareness. It hovered, almost patiently, as if it is waiting for them to approach. When the team drew nearer, the craft suddenly vanished without a trace, leaving only the cold, black silence behind. Jim Penniston later described his close encounter with the ominous aircraft. He was the only one that made direct contact with it that night. He explains that as he reached out and placed his hand on the smooth, glassy surface of the vessel, he felt an uncanny warmth, an inexplicable texture, something eerily familiar yet so disturbingly foreign. The object was unnervingly quiet. That's what made the entire encounter so haunting. No one mentioned any chaos or ruckus. Everything happened as if it was just a normal aircraft that touched down in the woods. The vessel showed no signs of being lost. Instead, it seemed familiar with the area. Why is that? Over the next 2 days, there were additional sightings. But what happened on December 26th and 27th, those 2 nights, was unlike anything else. An encounter so surreal, so eerily normal, that it unsettled even the most skeptical. And what if it wasn't an isolated incident? What if, somewhere out there in the vast reaches of space, an advanced civilization is capable of visiting Earth with startling familiarity? That thought, the possibility that we are not alone, and that we've been visited by beings far beyond our understanding, is enough to give anyone sleepless nights, if you think about it for just a bit too long. But that is where I leave you today. Don't dwell on this one too much. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.